We're joined today on the Giving Current by Michelle Detweiler, who's the president and CEO of PARC Center for Disabilities, a longtime organization in our community that does so much. And we're excited to be with you and have a great conversation today. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So to start out, I think, and one of the things I learned when I first met you is that you being at PARC is a full circle moment for you and family. And so can you tell us about that and what PARC really means to you?
Absolutely, without tearing up.
Tears.
So PARC Center for Disabilities has been in my entire life. It's been a part of my life. My father was the first president and CEO from 1962 to 1992. And the reason being was my oldest sister, I'm one of five, was born with developmental disabilities. And back in the 50s, there was nothing for families who had children with disabilities. There was very little. There were state institutions, which we all have heard the horror stories about the life of somebody who lives in a state institution. And my sister lived in a state institution. So when she was 10, my mom couldn't take care of her anymore. She had four other children, young children. She's the oldest. And they had to put her into Sunland, which is the state institution or was the state institution down in Fort Myers. So as a child, every weekend we would get in our station wagon and drive down there, and my mother would cry, and it was really quite a difficult time for our family. But my father worked really hard to change that. And he volunteered his time with the Peter Pan School, which is now PARC Center for Disabilities. He was in the insurance business, and he volunteered at that school to try to get more services for families. And it turned into a lifelong passion and career for him. And so today, what we have, we just celebrated our 73rd birthday.
Wow, incredible. Congratulations.
Yes. So today we have PARC Center for Disabilities, and we serve over 900 people a year.
Wow.
At any one time, 500 people a day in all of our programs. But we were really the pioneers to help close the state institutions. That was one of our big initiatives back in the 70s when Geraldo Rivero, I don't know if you remember him, he went into Willowbrook, which was up in New York, I believe, and he exposed all the horrible things happening in the state institutions. And the government said, we can't do this. They had people like my sister with people who were criminally insane, and it was just terrible. So we were a part of that initiative in the state and in the country. And that is the history of where we came from, where we've been, and how we've grown in our community. We're fortunate to have something like PARC Center for Disabilities with the comprehensive program. And we have everything from early childhood, 2 months of age, to the end of life. So I think our oldest resident now is in his 80s, which you just did not hear about that. Somebody living that long with a disability, even 20, 30 years ago.
Now, Duggan and I have been for a tour.
Yes.
And I didn't realize the scale of all that you did. So tell us, sum it up. Tell us what you do in the quick version and the long version, because you serve so many different age groups and you have just so many different programs there.
Yes, we do. We started off as, believe it or not, and I'm going to use this word, which I do not like, and it's not a word that we should use in today's world, but our name was Pinellas Association for Retarded Children. And it started as a children's organization. And today we actually do serve more children than we do adults, even though it doesn't look like that, because a lot of kids that we serve are out in the community, so they don't come to us every day. But early intervention services, where a family can have their child who's maybe not meeting milestones, and sometimes a child cannot be diagnosed with a disability at that young age, but they're not meeting their milestones. So the sooner they come to us, the more success that they can have because they're getting the occupational therapy, the speech therapy, the physical therapy, sometimes behavior services and things of that nature. So two years all the way to end of life. And in between, you have our caregiver relief services, which are really is like a respite program for families who have children with disabilities or young adults with disabilities. They need a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They need a break. It's hard enough being a parent, and then you have a child with a disability that demands a lot of your time. It is difficult. The caregiver burnout is real.
I can't even imagine being in that situation and just needing some time for yourself to reset so you can be there for
Let me take a
your
nap.
child.
Let me have a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's and children with disabilities are 4 times more likely to be abused.
Oh, that's
but
a
it's
terrible
only because
statistic.
it is, but it's because it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
It's not intentional.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's not intentional.
Mhm.
It's just stress, and the caregiver has no outlet. So
Right.
that's a wonderful program. Then we have our early intervention where we go out into the community to other schools, to libraries, to hospitals, wherever the child is. They don't come into our preschool program, but they're somewhere else, but they need help. So we have teachers that go and work with those children one-on-one to help them reach that milestone they're not quite getting, so that they're more prepared for kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
So those are our children's services. Then you go into our adults. So school-age children, we do not serve in day programs because the Pinellas County schools serve children with disabilities. They're required to do that. There are some private schools like Lift Academy that have great programs that can assist families. But basically, school age, unless they're in our caregiver relief program, we don't see them again until they become early young adults and they graduate from high school or graduate from that program and then come into either our supported employment or vocational rehabilitation or our adult day training, which is recreate. You've seen
it was fun. It looked fun.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So there's a lot of different opportunities. We have where we go out and we volunteer at other nonprofits. So we Meals on Wheels, just a lot of different programs. So that's it in a nutshell. On top of our residential program, so we do residential services is very, very important, and there's not enough, and the funding is very difficult. But we do serve 94 people that live with us. Yeah, and my sister is one of them. She's still living, and she's lived with us for over 40 years. So we
special.
It is special. It is special. Quick story. During COVID, when our families could not see their loved ones, that was a whole year. We isolated our residents from the world because they're very vulnerable health-wise, most of them. And it was really special that I could see my sister every day and report back to my mom and say, she's fine, took videos, and it was special. It was very special.
So for people who live at PARC, residents at PARC, what is the average? You said your sister has lived there for 40 years, but what's the average time that someone lives at PARC?
Typically, when somebody comes and lives with us, they don't leave. Okay, it's home, and that's good and it's bad because there's so many people that need these services. So once they come, they're typically nowadays it's adults. So if they come in their early 20s, they're with us for most of their adult life. So a long time because people with disabilities, they're being cared for now. So they're living longer. They're living just as long as you and I. So that's something you didn't expect. It's like, how do we help our seniors? They're getting dementia just like you and I would get dementia. And some of the aging diseases that come with us come with them too. So it's challenging.
It's even more challenging.
It's very challenging.
And so it's not just residential care, it's nursing care, health care, all of the things that come with life, not only as a resident, but as a resident that's aging in place at PARC.
It's true. Yeah. 2 of our programs are full-time nursing. Anything that that resident needs, we make sure that they get dental, medical, whatever it is. We take care of them until it's their time.
It's really just like a one-stop shop for everything to help these developmentally.
Yeah, it's a community.
Yes.
It's a family. It truly is. And it's something we're very, very proud of. We've built a very strong organization, and there's many organizations across the country that are similar to us that do maybe pockets of what we do.
No, but what you do is so broad.
It's very broad, and there's a lot of moving parts.
Sure.
You must be very busy.
Always.
Yes.
So one of the things, well, there are many things obviously happening at PARC, but there are some incredible new opportunities that are happening. What is new, and what's the big deal right now?
The big deal is a dream, was a vision that is reality today. And that's our new Children's Services Center, which is right on Tyrone Boulevard, which is where our administrative offices used to be. So we've owned that property for many years. And we built a brand new center that is for all of our children's services. So our main campus now is all adults, with the exception of a few young adults in our residential programs. But our Children's Services Center is right on Tyrone, and it is our preschool, our early intervention preschool, where we have the capacity of 90 children. And then our caregiver relief and our early intervention services, our teachers work out of that location.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the new, that has been a vision for our organization. And that's where we started with children, right? And it has been a vision. Well, so I served on the board of directors before I started working there 8 years ago. We were talking about it then. We were talking about it for probably 5 years before that. So that vision was something, it was like, well, how are we going to make this happen, right? Our school is falling apart. It's a very old building. The city gave us that property back in the 1960s because there was nothing there. It was a very remote parcel of land. And they thought, well, we'll just give it to this nice organization.
Well, the school was really like stuck in time too. It was like a little vintage,
very vintage.
Walk right into the 60s, 70s.
Very, very true. Very true. That school opened in 1967, I think it was. So, it hadn't changed.
Right.
So we were grandfathered in on a lot of different licensing things because we've been there forever. And, the roof, I could talk for a very long time about that building. Totally a thorn in my side. But yes, so we finally did it. Together, it took a lot of people, a lot of expertise to come up with the best plan. And I think we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And donors and just getting the people behind just to raise that kind of money is incredible.
Yes, we had an outpouring of support from our community, and Tom and Mary James gave us $2 million.
Wow.
And that really ignited the $10 million campaign and helped us and attracted other people that said, hey, I can support this, right? It's a good thing.
Yes.
We still have about $1.5 million to raise of that 10 million, but I know we'll raise it. And
on top of an operating budget of
exactly
like 5 million, is that what's your operating budget?
34 million.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. We have a big, think about it.
Yes. When you think of the number of people that you work with and the number of people that work for PARC, that sounds about right.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So
incredible.
Yes, it is a challenge, but the community, and we had our ribbon cutting event back in March, and the outpouring of support, the community, the business community, we had over 400 people there. And I just was a little overwhelmed by the outpouring of support, which I was like, this is so great.
But even your groundbreaking was so well attended.
Yes.
There were hundreds of people there. That was incredible. And it was just to break ground. But one thing I want to compliment you on was doing it all the right way. of doing a feasibility study and getting the donors, approaching the big donors before the small donors. So many nonprofits skip that part, and you guys really did it the right way. So good job.
Thank you. Well, we had help. Carter Global is a great partner, and they've been helping us for many years. And
a great team.
It's a great team, and I can't say more about the help that they gave us, to start that campaign, do the feasibility study. And it took time. It took a lot of time, but it was well worth it.
Yeah.
And therefore, what did it equal? Success.
Yes.
So.
For sure.
So what is something that you wish more people understood about PARC or the people you serve? What is something?
So, we serve what I always say is an invisible population. Because people who have disabilities, it's not something that's comfortable for any of us, even someone like me who's been around it my whole life. So you tend to not see people with disabilities. You are raised to not stare. You are raised to keep going. And to me, what a lonely life, right? So I wish people would see people with disabilities and acknowledge them and say hello, even when it's difficult, even when it's like, oh, I need to shift and that person is in a wheelchair, but I'm going to say good morning or hello, because it's very lonely. And I know that you all have toured our organization, and think about how friendly our participants are.
Yes.
They're just like you and me. They just want human interaction, and they deserve that. They deserve that respect. So my wish is that not only do more people know about what we're doing and the amazing gift this organization is to our community in the Tampa Bay area, but that they see people with disabilities. And I mean, I understand. It's normal to be fearful. I mean, I've even had people say, I can't come for a tour, Michelle. It's too sad. I'll just give you money. And da, da, da. I'm like, but it's not sad. It's not sad.
It's a happy place.
And so getting over that hurdle and talking about it. And I even have to force myself I just have to talk about what I do more, right? Around my circle of friends and the people that aren't really involved in my work life. It's important to talk about it.
It is. I think that's a wonderful vision to share and to promote with people. And I do wish more people, if they don't feel comfortable touring, just go. Just go.
Yeah, it's okay to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, right.
Maybe learn. That's when we learn, right?
Yes.
Out of our comfort zone.
I think that reduces the discomfort when you finally just get over that hurdle and go meet people and see the amazing and it's a wonderful and happy place. I love the design of some of the newer parts of facility or redone parts of the facility that you have that are bright, that are comfortable, that it's a wonderful space.
Yeah, it is. It's a happy space.
Yes.
It's a very happy space. And, with some of those improvements, because you've seen it, you've seen the parts of our organization that have not been improved. But like the adult community center that we renovated about a year ago, it has been amazing, the response from our team members, right? They're like in this really wonderful space, and it's a happy space. And so that helps when you're in an environment that is really nice. It's comforting, it's happy, it's open, it's light. Not only for our participants, but for our employees, which we have to give them as much as we can give them.
Yes. You and PARC have been important parts of our community, and you as a Pinellas native as well have, I'm sure, seen incredible change and growth in our community over the years. You've talked a little bit about what the community has done and what that means to PARC and how people have turned out, but what overall does our Pinellas County community mean to you, and what do you hope for its future?
So Pinellas County is a great county. We're really, look where we've come. There's not many people. This is very transient county too. So there's very few people that were born and raised here. or fourth plus generations. So seeing the transformation of our community and the downtown St. Pete and Tampa, I mean, just all of the surrounding areas, it's really amazing. And look at our demographics. They're completely different today than they were 20, probably even 15 years ago, right?
Yes.
I mean, when I was growing up, it was St. Pete and Pinellas County was the place for the newlywed and the nearly dead.
Yes.
And that was the joke. That was the joke. We lived in this podunk town. It's not like that anymore.
No.
So I think we have to be careful about growth, but I think it's good.
Mhm.
I think it's good. I think our economy is good. It's now our inflation, I mean, across the board, but that's everywhere, right? But we are more of a destination today than we've ever been. And I think that's good. It's good for business. It's good for donors. It's good for, when we bring new people in to the community, we want them to know about the Community Foundation. We want them to know about all the organizations that are here that they can support, right?
Mhm.
So I think it's good because we're bringing in new blood. We're bringing in new people
Yes.
that want to know and want to be a part of our community.
Yes.
So I think that growth is good.
So we're going to do a little quick fire close three questions. What is your favorite hidden gem in Pinellas that most people don't know about? Or one that maybe people do know about?
What is my favorite hidden gem in Pinellas? Well, I would have to say PARC Center for Disabilities.
There you go.
Yes,
It is a hidden gem.
Sorry.
It is a hidden gem that
Yes.
everybody should know about and everybody should tour.
So if somebody wanted a tour, what do they do? Do they
They
just
can either go online to our website and say, I want a tour. They can call and they can email. Anyway,
fax
we make
you?
it very every way. We make it easy.
Yeah, I really do highly suggest a tour. It is wonderful.
Sometimes it's life-changing.
Yes.
People say it's life-changing,
Yes.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
I think one of the best benefits is it's perspective changing too.
Yeah.
And so
It did change my perspective for sure.
Did it?
Yes, absolutely. I'll never forget it.
Well, I'm glad I'm glad you said that because we could talk for hours about what this organization does and how it impacts families. But until you see it,
Yes.
like people go, oh, yeah, I know. No. Just come see it, please. Just give me an hour. And then they leave and go, you're right. I'm having to absorb this, Michelle. I have to think about this. It's like, okay, good. I'm glad. Go tell somebody. That's what I said.
It really made me proud to be your partner. It really made me proud when I was there, I was like, I'm so glad we support an organization like this.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Because it takes partnerships like this to make it happen.
Yeah. It's a community.
It's a community and we can't do it without it,
If you could sort of wrap up the essence of philanthropy in one word, what would that be?
The essence of philanthropy in one word for what I do is love for humanity.
There you go.
Yeah, helping humanity. Just give us a hand, right? If we all did that, if we all did our part, just imagine what this world would be like. So that's what philanthropy is very, very important. And we talk about it a lot in our organization with our team members. And, it doesn't mean you have to give money, give your time, give your advice, give your expertise,
Right.
But just do something to help, right?
Time, talent, or treasure.
Just something.
Yes. And so this one's probably harder, and I don't know, rapid fire, because this is really who you are, I think, in many ways, in the family connection. But if you were not doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
Professionally? Very good question. I would be doing something that impacts, whether it's other people or community. I feel that if we all, leadership to me is making an impact. It's not getting an award. It's not, being recognized. It's making an impact. And wherever you can do that, that's what I'm always looking for. I'm looking for how can I make an impact, whether it's within PARC Center for Disabilities or somewhere else. So that's what it would be. Probably working with kids, working with students. I am a volunteer for Take Stock in Children, and that's such a wonderful.
You volunteer outside of it. You're so wonderful.
I love mentoring children, students, because so many of our kids, and you all know this, you see this, they need that. They need mentors.
Yes.
And in order to survive the world that we're in today, they have to have examples. And if we can provide examples, that's our biggest role.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on our podcast and sharing your story about your sister and being vulnerable with us. We loved it. And you have a fund with us. If anyone is interested in donating to that fund, they can go to our Giving Hub on our website and also check out PARC's website. They have schedule a tour.
Yeah, schedule a tour. And remember, we're still in our capital campaign.
Yes.
Yes.
$5 million to raise. So
Yes.
if we have 8,000 people on our mailing list, and I think it was, you give $160, we do it. We do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to think of creative ways to get that.
Above and beyond the 35 million.
My goodness.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been.
Yeah. Thank you.